Welcome to Embracing Infinity, exploring the infinite oneness in the space of love and truth. Host Jennifer Rose is an international spiritual medium, healer, channeler, mentor, and transformational guide. Her focus is encouraging individuals to know themselves within the lens of their divine heart and highest potential, to evolve within the frequency of love and peaceful harmony. Now, here's your host, Jennifer Rose.
Good afternoon, happy Friday, and good evening to our friends across the pond. Hello, I'm Jennifer Rose, and welcome to Embracing Infinity on the Sacred Spiral Network. So happy to be here with you once again on a fabulous and beautiful Friday. We have many blessings and much to be grateful for. So thank you all for joining us. I'm very excited to have our special guest, Manuela Marx, coming on in just a few minutes. And we're going to be having a really fun show with all of the fabulous creative work that she's doing. So this is something special. You all are in for a beautiful treat. Hi to Miss Nancy Muratalla, who's just joined us. How are you, my beautiful, gorgeous friend? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. A couple of just really quick announcements before we get started. Hey, girl, hey. Hi, Jennifer McCormick. Thanks for joining us. See, the spirit's already here when I start doing that. I already know they're here. Okay. Please, everybody, this coming Sunday, there's a very special event that I'm hosting with 7 other fabulous mediums, including Miss Nancy Muratalla, Lynn Juno, who just had a fabulous show right before Embracing Infinity. Great job, Lynn. Thank you. Hey, KB, good to see you. Sierra's joined us. Brenda's joined us. Hello, beautiful friends. Thank you for being here. Hi, Lynn. Lynn will be doing her ribbon readings on the event as well. It's called California Dreaming. It's our 3rd annual mediumship demonstration fundraiser. So in addition to Lynn, Nancy Muratalla will be doing her mediumship readings. Shannon Rattay, who you know from Messages from the Enchanted Realms, is joining us, and she will be doing her angelic messages. Karen Perry is back, and she will be doing her animal communication. We also have Suri Sawyer, who's going to be doing psychic readings as well as live vocals. You don't want to miss that. She has a fabulous voice. It's absolutely beautiful. So it will be, hi, Kim. Oh, thank you, Kim. I'm so happy that you can join us. Thank you. Thank you. Tracy Peffer, who has something in common with Miss Manuela. They are both in the same book together too, and she's been on Embracing Infinity before as well. She will be doing her mediumship as well. And the lovely and wonderful producer, creator, and owner of the Sacred Spiral Network, Kelly Brickle, will be on doing as well with psychic and numerology. So please say I remembered everybody. Oh gosh, I try so hard. Okay. And we will be giving 100% of all of the donations to Jacob's Heart, which provides services for children with cancer and their families, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So it's all going to the kiddos. So it's going to be really fun and very special and full of love. So we would love to see you if you can join us for that too. And that's actually the Sunday service link. Kelly, if we could put up the one that just says events or medium Jennifer Rose on there on the top. But we do have a Sunday service every couple of weeks, and the next one will not be this Sunday, but the following Sunday. And I believe it's Miguel Gonzalez as our guest medium. So I know many of you know and love him so much. So we're excited to have him on as well. And he will be on Embracing Infinity, I think next week, if I've got that right too. So we've got double Miguel coming up. It's going to be really wonderful. Hello, Vivian. Aloha. Thank you for joining us, lovely one. How are you doing? Let me catch up with our hellos here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Let me make sure I haven't missed anybody. I think I got everybody. Okay. We're all coming in. We're all coming in. Next week on Thursday, Kelly will be joining Grace Grella for a new show announcement on the Sacred Spiral Network, Guided by Grace. So something to look forward to. So I know many of you know and love Grace Grella very much, and she's also joining the network and with her new show. So you don't want to miss that as well. So it's going to be wonderful. Hello, Sandra, who has just joined us as well too. So with that, everybody, I'm going to just give a couple of thoughts out that I have been aware of the collective energies right now. And I know there's a lot of worry, and it feels a bit like a collective dark night of the soul that kind of we're in right now worldwide, because I can feel into that. And I did my healing meditation and we did a channel. And what Spirit was really recommending is to take some of this worry and some of this feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulder and hand some of that over to them. It's too much for each person to be carrying that much worry and that much sadness. So that's when they say, hand some of that over to us. We've got this. We know what we're doing. Do your part and let us help. Okay. So I know that's something that was recommended, but understand that also that we go through big transition, but out of darkness can come great beauty. And I also saw a beautiful post yesterday that one of my friends on Facebook posted too, and it said a great way to honor the people of 9/11, which was the memorial anniversaries was yesterday, which affected people worldwide. A great way to honor them would be to be like we were on 9/12. And if we remember that, everybody had kind of dropped what I like to call the costumes of protection or the weapons of protection, which is us, fighting with each other. I'm not talking about with actual weapons, but with words and with divisiveness, may I say. And everybody kind of dropped that. And we're being so friendly to one another the next day because we were all in collective grief. We were all in collective worry together. And it united people in a strange way, yes. And so if we remember that, and I feel Spirit coming in with some lovely chills as validation with that, if we can remember that to try to stay present in the moment, stay in kindness. Going into separation and divisiveness isn't helpful. We can always express our voice in a way that is kind and considerate and respectful. So I hope that's helpful. I just wanted to get a few thoughts out there too, because I can feel what's going on out there too. And this too shall pass, as everything else always does. We always are going to be shifting and moving into different and better spaces as well too. So it's what we do with this that counts. Okay, so I hope that's helpful for you all. Thank you all for listening too, as we all start coming in. And with that, you know, I love art, I love creativity. And that reminds me of that one final thought that I had this morning as well, that one final intuitive thought, that with this energy, which is pretty fiery right now, I know we just had a portal thing happen and the moon went into Aries. With that fiery energy, we can create. Right. So we can funnel that energy that's in us, that passion, and instead of going into anger, we can create something beautiful. So I wanted to give you that invitation to use those energies in a way that's productive and that's going to bring, abundant blessings to you of what you have inside of you to put into this world. So thank you for letting me share that as well. I'm just going to check in. I want to say hi to Patrick. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Kim Princess, again. Good to see you. Aloha, Vivian, again. Thank you, Colette. Thanks for joining us. Bernadette is here as well. Hi, Colette. Hi, Bernadette. All of our beautiful ladies and gentlemen are here. So very happy that you're all here. Alan has joined us as well. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So as we are all coming in now, let me welcome our very lovely and beautiful and creative Miss Manuela Marx. Hi,
Hello.
Manuela. Thank you
Hello.
so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
How are you today?
Oh, good. I'm kind of tired a little bit because it's been a long day already here in Germany.
I
But
know. I was just going to say, I know it's after 9 p.m. there over there. And so thank you for staying up late for all of us. We're in gratitude.
I'm a night owl also. It's a problem.
Well, that helps. That does help. I know I'm always so amazed at how some of you can stay up so late, we must be, I don't know, over here we can't do it. I don't know why. So anyways, I'm so happy. I know you do a wide variety of things, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just read your bio to everybody for those who are getting to know you. and then we'll go ahead and get started. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, beautiful. All right, everybody, if you haven't gotten to know Manuela yet, this is just a small little snippet of the amazing her that she is. She lives in Brilon, the city of the forest in central Germany. She's a Reiki practitioner, professional medium, spirit artist, tarot and oracle card reader, and One Command executive success coach. In addition to her dedication to spiritual work, she is also an advocate for autism. Manuela offers readings and consultations in German and English and shares her life as a single mom with her daughter. So that's a lot. Yes, yes. Did you feel the calling at an early age, or did it come in a little bit later for you to be putting all of those beautiful gifts together?
I think it started around the age of 21 after school, or maybe in the time just right after school, but it was not that early. and, and mostly it happened through dreams. That's where I do get my inspiration most of the time. Yeah.
Yes, I did read in the book Signs and Synchronicities, which you're a co-author in, as well as Tracy Peffer, she's going to be on our California Dreaming. So it's such a coincidence that we're here in the same week and you are all in the same book. You had a beautiful encounter with in a dream that was your sign and synchronicity story that you shared. And so that's
Right.
kind of how it all started. Yes.
Yeah, even I had really wild dreams when it started, and I really it took some time to write down my dreams. So I really studied my dreams, and sometimes I ended up writing 12 pages of my dreams in the morning. That's how it started, and it was. Yeah, it was really interesting that I was able to remember so many details of my dreams. And so they just really started to talk. And some of the paintings do have, some elements of the dreams also in them. Yeah, but it just really happened in phases. And mediumship actually just called me 7 years ago or 8 years ago. So it was mostly healing that called me first.
That's a beautiful way to start because it opens up our channel. Okay, sorry, I was checking. I know we're working on a little bit of audio feedback there. So the healing is a great way to start because it helps to open up that passive channel for mediumship. So we're not trying to go looking for it, and we allow the spirit to work through us instead. So that's actually a beautiful way to start. Miss Stacia is here, and she's saying dreams are her biggest tool. That's beautiful. I wish I had those all the time. I only get them sometimes. I don't get too many. Too. But when I do, I know they mean something, so then I remember. So that's very exciting for you too. And when did the art start? Was that always there from when you were a little girl, or did that come as you developed your healing and your mediumship?
Oh, art started in school already. My mom is an artist, and she had an art studio. So I was surrounded with colors and art and everything. So it was natural for me to always have something to paint, or I just have inspiration all around. Yeah. So that was natural for me to
I
start
love
with.
that.
Yeah.
So what that tells me, Manuela, is it's like you had that beautiful creative open channel, very lucky for you from the beginning, and then you went into your dreams and your healing. So it's like this was like your destiny to have all of these beautiful gifts, and now they've converged and come together in this beautiful place where you're creating the most beautiful things for yourself and for other people.
Now it starts to make more sense, the different paths I've been taken, and I've been really doing so many things. Also studying architecture as part of everything, and so I did get to study a little bit of art and painting with my architecture studies here in Germany, and so that also helped me a little bit. It's not like I'm a professional, but it just came naturally, I would say. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna put some things on the screen for everybody to see in just a minute. So, but I was pretty amazed. I can actually feel your spirit, and I can feel the spirit in your artwork just by looking at a picture of it. And I'm like thousands of miles away from you. So I know it's something special, my dear. So thank you. I want to say hi really quick to our friends who have just joined us. Stacia, hello, beautiful one. Good to see you again. And Dominic, hello. Good to see you, Dominic. Thanks for joining us. Ava Berstrom has joined us as well. Do you know Ava, Manuela? Oh, I feel like you guys would be good friends. I might be playing matchmaker as friendships for you. Too. Colette, hello. Thanks for joining us as well. And if I missed anybody, please forgive me. I say hello to you and give you virtual hugs from over here too. So, okay, beautiful angel. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, there's Evelyn. She just joined us. Yay, you found us. Thank you, Miss Evelyn, over on YouTube. Good to see you. You came in just in time, Evelyn. We're about to share some of the amazing artwork that Manuela has created. Okay, you ready to go, Manuela? All right, awesome. Kelly, you've got us. Thank you. Okay, so this is your book, Signs and Synchronicities, that you're the co-author in. So
Right.
everybody can see that.
Yeah. And that's the one story that I do share in this book. It's basically about my miscarriage and how miscarriage actually can also be a blessing. And that's why I wanted to share this story, because my experience was, I think, different than most women, than that of most women that experience miscarriages. And for me, this experience helped me to really go through the loss without feeling bad, and just seeing the sense behind everything. And it continues, my Jonas is the child that I lost. It continues to be in my life, and that story is really hopefully helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful story. I got to read it, and you can. There was a picture of just like all of the many signs that you've received over time too. So it was very touching and inspiring, and I'm grateful that you shared it because it will help a lot of women who, are feeling that same kind of grief from this similar loss. So thank you for that. Yeah, it is beautiful. Yes. Okay. All right. Take us through this, Miss Manuela.
So this is actually how I started, and this is a paint, actually a drawing, my English, of two children, and it was commissioned art. So the parents came and wanted to have their kids being drawn. So I had a photograph of them, and so that's what my mom does or did a lot of, at the time. And so I learned from my mom to draw or to paint portraits. So a long time, I just I drew portraits of people. And so that's how I started to get into art.
Yeah, and these are the original pictures. The likeness is really amazing. It's not easy to draw faces. I'm not an artist like that, but I know it is not easy to draw faces, and your work is pretty impeccable.
Yeah, and I actually took a class with Miguel as well, and so he's so great in portraits. That is something that is really an art that I still need to perfect a little more. Painting or drawing art, portraits of spirit, which is also something that I do a little more often now lately. But yeah, I feel like I still want to practice some more in that area.
Well, we always have room to grow, but that's
Yeah,
so beautiful that you're connected with Miguel. And yes, he is our guest next week on Embracing
yeah,
Infinity, and our next guest medium on Sunday service as well. Okay, tell us about this, please.
yeah. This is about an experience I had once. I would say it was kind of like an enlightenment experience where I was questioning whether there was God or something more than what we think. And so I asked the question in my mind, if there is anything out there like a God, because I wasn't really sure. And the answer was an experience that I can hardly explain with words, and it's also not really easy to explain in paintings or with color. But it was like this all-encompassing love that I felt, and it was really hot, like fire. And also at the same time, it was just overwhelming love. And I'd fear if I would go one step closer into that light, into this oneness, I'd disintegrate into nothingness in a way, or just be everything. And this is just this woman standing right before, making that step into the light, kind of fearing, that next step. And so I tried to kind of convey that on, I actually was just a drawing for myself at the time, just to remember that experience. And it's something I really treasure. I do still have this painting here at home because it reminds me of that experience and how precious it was. Because after this happened, and this is the same energy in that painting as well, just bigger. And I remember just walking through life and thinking how wonderful and how beautiful life is. And just like every blade of grass is special, and even the dirt, even the ugliness is part of that. And I was just thinking, if everyone would just understand how wonderful everything is and how divine everyone is, the world would be such a better place. And so with my work, I really love, and that's really why I went into energy work, because energy work made me feel very close to that feeling of being one, to that feeling of feeling connected. And so all these paintings kind of started happening at the time, to just kind of get a feeling and a sense of the unity that we actually do share. And sometimes we don't notice it, it's there. But it's hard to feel it constantly, because it just kind of fades away. And everyone who had the experience remembers saying, it fades away after a while, after maybe a week or 2 or 3 weeks. And so energy work for me was a way to reconnect to that energy, to that oneness, back again and again. And so this kept me going, this experience, just to re-experience that oneness again and again, was my journey. Wherever it was, it took me to so many different places and experiences.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. I know that feeling, and you're right, it does kind of fade after a while. So I'm so happy that you were able to capture it and you can keep connecting to it through your healing. That's beautiful. A lot of beautiful comments. Everybody is amazed. Evelyn's wondering if you were using acrylics. Would that be correct?
I do as well, but most of those were oil on canvas. And this one here is pencil, and ink, black ink, Japanese black ink.
Okay. Colored, is it colored pencils?
It's colored pencils, right.
Okay. And what are we looking at here?
Oh, this one is, that was a time when I was actually living in Texas and Houston. And I've also lived in Atlanta for a few years. And at that time I was in Texas, and I was connected with my energy work, but it was a very grid-like energy I was working with. And so it was a very reconnective energy, similar to the one that, I don't know if anyone knows Eric Pearl, similar to that. It's not the same, but that kind of sparked a different kind of way of seeing the world in energy terms. So for me, it was just inspired art. I don't know where it came from, but I just kind of took silhouettes of people and silhouettes of body parts, like arms, feet, or heads, and I just paint them on the paper and then just color them. So that was, and then while I was coloring these paintings, words came. Like with this one, may love protect and bless you. That's the term, the English translation. Liebe Schütze,
Ah,
segne dich.
this
So
this reminds me, Manuela, of when I look at these three different ones, this one and the last two. It's as if like to me it looks like a healer is working on somebody, and that a spirit hand is joining in the process.
right, yeah, or it's a merging, of two people, two energies
Yes,
merging, and
that's beautiful. That
something
that
new.
looks like love right there. That looks like
Right.
love.
Yeah.
Of course, I would think of that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
And so it was always inspiring to see what came through while I was painting. I never, knew where it would end, and sometimes the paintings would just take on a life on their own. I just start with color, and then something happens on the
Yeah.
canvas. This
Yes,
one,
it does.
yeah, with this one, there was just this angel or this angelic being coming out of the water. It didn't, it just kind of started happening while I was just doing layers upon layers upon layers. And that's when the water series started. And it all happened after a cruise to the Caribbean, where I was diving and snorkeling. And so I was very impressed with this crystal clear water. And when I returned back to Germany after that, after living in the United States for 4 years, I still kept having those pictures in my mind of the water, being underwater all the time. So I just could not get the water out of my head. So I started to paint the water. And so painting after painting of water came out. This is an old volcano while I was painting it. And it just shows the bubbles, and it's releasing old fears. That's what happened with this painting. So the bubbles, the old pain getting released. So it was also kind of like therapeutic for me to paint this painting.
Yes.
It was connecting with something old, within my soul, I guess, or within maybe even humanity. And this is also a painting of a divide that we sometimes have, but love actually goes into the cracks. So the divide is there, but love flows through even the divide and the crack. So love is something that reconnects the two sides. And for me, water is always very spiritual, very, very different, and it just can do anything basically. even create unity again. And for me, it connects myself with my intuition when I go. Oh, and this one is actually also commissioned work for someone who wanted to have a dolphin for healing space. So I just really looked at a picture, and but it always happens to look a little different, and the spirit of the dolphin kind of enters the painting. I'd say. Yeah. And so I do.
That one's so fun. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I do paint power animals, for people who love to have their power animal in an oil painting. So
Do you channel them
a
for
tiger.
them, or do they tell you what they want, or both?
This one, the person told me, this is what I want. Here's the picture. Can you please draw me my power animal? So that's what I did, and so I try to do it justice. Try to
So the
make it
dolphin
look
one
real.
was a power animal, and then this tiger as well. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's beautiful. He looks so wise there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
this one happened. The face appeared while I was painting, and it was actually a man who had his eyes closed, and I knew he was dead. And I knew all of a sudden while I was drawing, it's Lazarus, and so he
Yes.
opened, while I painted the painting, he started to open his eyes. So he ended up with open eyes, But so I was painting actually the transformation of him dying and regaining, coming back to life, which was really an interesting process. I never knew before that a painting could actually live, but it felt very alive to me. And so that's when I started to, I guess, do more spiritual art. And I had no concept of spirit art at the time. I had no idea what that was all about and that I could be inspired. But I guess I did it anyway.
Yes, you did. That's beautiful. Oh,
Yeah.
that's just beautiful. I can feel it. I can just feel it. It's
And this
beautiful.
is actually in Cyprus where Lazarus ended up living later on. So that was the one that came after the Lazarus painting. So it's just the landscape of Cyprus.
Yes.
And so that was also very important. And this one is the river of life, or the river that we go through, after we die. So it's the river of life, basically. And I was accompanied by angels while I was painting this painting, where you look upon, your life and how your life has been and what you learned and what you want to learn next. So this is a place where you can rest. And if you consider your life being a book, with many chapters, that's when you look at the book, you open it, and then you close it. That's when you die. You close the book. But
Oh,
the book is still there. You can open it, reopen it, or you can actually write a new book, and a new chapter. And so whenever I look at this painting, I know this is the angel who's there at the threshold and just pondering life of someone who just ended his, whose life has just ended, but is still eternal and ongoing, just like a book.
wow. The colors are just, it's majestic. And so you felt the presence of your angelic helpers while you
Yes.
were painting this one? Wow.
Yeah, I was channeling, or there was communication with the archangels and the tree of life at the time, and like I heard voices, and they wouldn't, just like the paintings, they wouldn't stop the voices until I started to write them down.
Wow. Were the voices giving you like instructions like use this color or use
No,
that color?
no, not
Or
with this one. It was different. It started with, "Oh, I'm Tiferet. I am about this and that." So it was the Sephiroth of the Tree of Life, and I'm not Jewish, and I have no idea, really, or didn't have any idea of what it was all about. And so they just started to dictate, what they wanted to say, and I thought, okay, I'll just write it down. Just let me sleep, just don't bug me anymore, because they just kept going. And it was
so what happens when we open our channel, then spirit
right.
comes and say it's always like
There
spirit's
was
like you work for us now.
right. They wouldn't leave me alone. I just can't
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. It had to be. Okay. All
Yeah.
right, let's look at this one. I see pyramids in here. I love everything you do, but the water ones, and I'm quite the water girl. I love the beach. I'm very connected to it. I feel like I'm a mermaid in spirit. So these are fascinating. And that dolphin was just so beautiful too. So tell me about this one, please.
Yeah.
Everybody is loving it, by the way. You've got a million beautiful comments about the fascination with your work.
And this one, the same, the pyramids, I just had this vision of the pyramids inside the water while I was painting it. So then they just appeared, you know. So, and it was just also really just making itself known. I think it was just a reminder, there were pyramids. It just feels like it's old wisdom that was brought forth, but I don't always know exactly why in that moment, why I had to paint the pyramids.
It does remind us a little bit of Atlantis, but was that what you were
Yeah,
going for, or is it just a
it did feel
reminder?
like Atlantis, right? It did feel like
Okay.
Atlantis. Yeah.
Wow. the way you captured all the little sparkles on the water, like that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like because I see it. I go there. Like that's what it looks like. It's so pretty.
Yeah, my daughter's actually a specialist for mermaids and sirens all over the world. So she's studying everything about all kinds of legend and mermaids there are in the world. So I
Oh,
really,
do tell. We're gonna have to talk later then.
it's her special interest.
Oh my, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've got my interest with that. So, okay. Evelyn is saying she's truly convinced that her best work is definitely channeled, excuse me, because Evelyn paints as well too. She's one of our regulars here, a lovely, beautiful soul that comes on our shows quite frequently too, and she paints too, and she feels like she's channeling her work as well. Oh,
It's
we can't
like,
hear you. Oh, there you are. Okay.
that's how it feels to me as well. If I try to paint me as the human being, it's so hard to do. When I invite spirit and I know I'm kind of guided, it's so much easier. Yeah.
That's it. I'm that way with my writing too, with my writing and my poetry. If I'm in channel mode, and I move into another space, it comes out so much cooler. So I'm right
Yeah,
there with
it's hard to talk to me while I paint. You cannot talk to me. You cannot ask me questions.
you. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
And everybody who's joined us, if you have any questions that you're mulling over, we'll get to those in a little bit too. If you want to ask her any questions about her work that she does too. So, okay, moving on to this one.
Yeah, and that's the Holy Grail, as you can see, I guess. And it also just appeared. I thought it's really diving deep into the water. Sometimes we do find something very precious and also about ourselves. So this also is the treasure that we carry somewhere deep inside of us that we can actually, if we really go deep enough, we can find. It's still there and we can find it. And this is kind of the symbology of this painting.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You're right because the oceans is like our emotions. The oceans is our emotion. It's our subconscious mind and the upper unconscious and superconscious mind, right? And so many people are afraid to go in there and because they're afraid of what they're going to find and that look at all of the beauty that's down underneath the surface of the water that people don't realize if they just dive into it or even just swim a little slowly like what they'll find is the gold like the holy grail is the spiritual gold that we find. It reminds me of that song. I'm sure a lot of you know it's called Oceans. I think it's spirit lead me. It talks about going into the deep waters as that metaphor for spiritualities. Very beautiful, very beautiful. Thank you. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, Bernadette also paints from the souls, not the minds. Okay.
I think it's a question. How can I paint from the soul and not the mind?
Oh, sorry, Bernadette. Okay, let's pin that real quick, and we'll come back to that in just a few minutes after we, unless you want to answer it now. It's up to you. I hand it over to
I
you.
can answer later, so we'll go through
Okay.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. We'll make sure we come back to you, Bernadette. Okay, let's look at this one.
And so this all is also commissioned work for a good friend of mine, and so we went to school together, so she trusted me, and she knew I was able to paint. So she said, "I just want to have some underwater painting." So I did, and I painted this one, and I believe the next one as well, the next one in line that will show, and I just let myself be inspired. And so I know she really likes the paintings still to stay. So I'm glad she likes them. And I believe every person has a need, and even paintings can fill this need. Even with mediumship, when we do a good job, we actually answer the need of the sitter. And so that's what that painting does as well. So I kind of connect with the person I paint for, and hope that I'm guided to paint that, that is really needed at the time. And so that's also, again, the treasure that we find. It's a different treasure.
I
And
love it.
that's opened up. And also the dolphins as a symbol for love and connection and unity and joy and fun, of course.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I love the treasure, how you have all the different colors in there, because that's like all the different, all the different energies and gifts available to
Yeah.
us. Beautiful.
Yeah. And the
Okay.
one was, it turned out to be a woman inside of bubbles.
Wow.
And so that was weird for me to happen. And I believe it was really important for my friend. And she she thought, yeah, maybe, I don't know what she really thought, because it was different maybe than she thought it would be. But then again, after a while, it made sense. And so there are bubbles of protection and layers, of energy that we have around ourselves. And so she, in a way, is protected even there at the bottom of the sea, and surrounded by different kinds of energies, bigger and smaller. And if you can really see and look at the top, there's a connection to the heavens, to
Yes.
above. So
I
there's
see it.
a spiral going up.
Yeah. You never lose it.
Right.
Beautiful.
And you're also at the same time very connected to the earth. And it's creating space to be in between heaven and earth,
Yes.
underwater.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
surrounded
Oh,
by intuition and cleansing waters.
yeah. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna get to this is another beautiful set.
Yeah, and those are aura graphs, and I actually did study with Angie Morris and learned to draw aura graphs with
Can you
her.
tell us what an aurograph is?
Um, it's actually an intuitive painting of what I notice and what I perceive of a person, of the soul, or it can contain anything intuitively. It's almost like a psychic reading I can do with symbols and color, and each color does contain information. So the white color, for example, can be cleansing, clearing, can be a good connection to the divine all around. And so also there's the moon symbology in this aura graph, where it shows that this person I was drawing this aura graph for is very connected to the cycles of the moon and to her intuition, and also being very connected to the earth. There's a tree in this painting that connection is very important, and she's very connected. But also there are, I believe there are butterflies in there. So the transformation is very important for her as well, transforming energies. And also looking at the stars and being led by the light of the stars, of star beings, or just the connection to the universe, to the bigger picture, one could say. So there's always a story to every aura graph that,
Oh, I
yeah.
want one. You're
So,
making Ava want to start painting again, and I want one. I'm sure we all want one. All right, let's do this one. I know there's so many
yeah,
beautiful
so
things.
there's another
Wow,
one. This
very
this
different.
one,
This was very different. Yes.
exactly. And this is, so you see there's the phoenix and is rising from the ashes. And actually this phoenix has an egg inside of it. So it's ready to give birth soon. And it's flying towards the eye that sees everything, that is connected to the universe. And there's a spiral inside the eye. And it's very fiery. The whole aura graph is very fiery. And also has, if you really look at it, it has all the rainbow colors in it and the light reflecting. And so, but that's the main. And also there's a heart behind the eye, if you can see that. That's the, so love is always behind everything. That's also what that means. there's love in the background of everything this person does.
Yeah. I love this. This is making beauty out of ashes. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Wow. There's
And
a
some
rose with a
your songs as well, and yeah.
yeah, exactly. It reminds me of this. It does remind me of that one song by Celine Dion. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, let's look at the next one.
Yeah, and
Oh,
this one is actually very interesting. It has all the colors, and it was about this person teaching so many people different things, different subjects. That's why the rainbow shows, because she's really able to teach about everything there is in life, represented by all the colors, and you see all different kinds of people, every walk of life. She's able to teach. So, and also, of course, the spiral and the connection to the stars is part of that as well. So that's as much as I can remember. It's already a long time ago. So usually I do, give the story to the aura graph right away, so I don't forget.
oh, it's beautiful. I love it because they're all so different. That's so cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Some are
Beautiful.
dancing, some are disabled, and some are laughing, and some are really still babies, and others are old. So it's a wonderful, conglomeration of all kinds of people there are in the world.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, let's see the next one. Is that oh, there we are.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think that's and that also there's a cave that is actually giving this person a lot of protection, but still there's light within that cave, and it going within is and going into this protective space of the cave is very helpful to develop the light. It's kind of like the hermit in the tarot deck, and also the flowers that start to bloom, and giving beauty to the world and shining their light. um, there's more to it, but it's really a long time ago when I don't know, 2019, so it's 6 years ago.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Wow. Okay. Oh, there we are. We got to them all.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm back.
amazing. So if people wanted to get their own aurograph, they just go to like your website and book a session with you.
Yeah. Yeah, or they can just email me. That's the easiest
Okay.
to
Okay.
contact.
Okay. Absolutely beautiful. Those are wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. I know we're getting some feedback, so I'm going to talk quick. And but there was a couple of questions here, so I want to make sure we get to all of our questions here too. And so Bernadette, we'll start with her. Let's go back to Bernadette's one up. As an artist, how can I paint from the soul and not the mind? And then we'll go to Stacya's.
Yeah. For me, it's what I do for myself is I have incense. I use incense. I use music, and it's kind of feeling like I'm meditating. So I'm trying to get into a meditative state, and then all of a sudden, spirit takes over, and it's like I'm not the one actually holding the pencil or the brush. It's just like I'm. Sometimes I'm just kind of I feel like I let my spirit guides work, so I kind of let go and let them kind of move me in a way, because when I really do let go, it's easier to paint, and my hand is just moving in a different way. It's hard to explain, really. It's something that developed over time, but it's also good just to tune into the body. I feel whenever I tune into my body and feel myself and I feel my body, I'm not that much in my head and in my mind.
Yeah, yeah.
That also helps a lot. But music, or sometimes even before I start, maybe I sing or I dance or move, so I get more connected with my body. And
Yeah.
of my mind.
Yeah, that makes sense. I listen to a lot of music as well, and that takes me to that space a lot easier too. I
Yeah.
also find when I have heightened emotions, that's when my channel seems to get really like amplified too. So if I'm like really, really happy, my channel's like, and all those things come out. Or if I'm really, really sad, then that I can channel that way too. And it's the same thing with me. Um, I may get something and I'll just type it in my notes on my phone because that's the easiest way for me to do it, or I'll verbalize it. But if I'm typing, it's like it's not me pushing the buttons so much. You know what I mean? Like they're automatically coming. I'm not thinking about what I'm going to say. I'm just in that mode. So kind of similar to what you're saying is so we get into like an emotional flow. Oh, you're muted. Hold on. Hold on. Kelly's taking turns with us because we're getting feedback. So we're going one at a time to keep the audio nice. Okay, your turn.
Okay. So I know for writing, that helped me a lot when I was writing. It's kind of similar with painting. I was just getting in the flow. When I allow myself to make mistakes, for example, when I allow myself to just have fun and to play, it's so much easier for the mind to relax. And so I participated, for example, in National Novel Writing Month, where you just kind of write 50,000 words within a month. And so you have to keep writing and not thinking, because otherwise you won't make those 50,000 words. and so the process of just doing is helping me get out of my mind as well. The more, I take my time to think about the next step, I'm back in my mind. So allowing myself to just be wrong and just to maybe even redo the painting is helpful. I cannot construct a painting, then it just all scrap, then I have knots in my brain and it just doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like back in college days, and I try to explain to people how mediumship works. And hi, Tony, by the way. And then we got to get to Stacey's question. Like I think of it when I used to have to write a paper, and it would be just like on a novel that we had read for English class or something. But you have to move your mind into this empty space to wait for the next thought to come of what you want to say. And it's kind of similar like that. We're just moving our mind into an empty space, and that way as soon as we start thinking about all of the nuts and bolts of everything, it gets kind of blocked a little bit. It's not as easy of a flow, but when you just like, oh. And Tony was saying art, the belief that what's being created has a greater influence on the world for wonderful things. Oh, that is beautiful. Art is one of the languages of the soul, just like
Mm.
music and poetry. Yes. Yeah.
Um, am I, okay. I was
Yeah,
just,
yeah, we can hear you.
in a class, meditative art with Anne-Marie Bond, who is a wonderful artist as well. And so we were just writing, and so art came up as a topic for myself in the writing as well. And that kind of goes along with that. It said, first, I wrote art can be a pathway to the soul. And also art is a way of the spirit to inspire, to release doubts, and to replace them with kindness, wonder, love, light, and truth. So it's
Oh,
just a
that's
whole tool.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you, Manuela. Can we get to Stacia's question now? I don't want to leave her out. Do you ever find yourself taking long breaks between your painting?
Yes, definitely. I've just come out of one really, really long break. And it was funny because I was just saying to myself the other day, just maybe last or a few weeks ago, I really want to paint a little more. And then you come along, Jennifer, asking me about spirit art. So that was perfect. Yes, and I did take a long break because of my daughter. She had some issues with school, being autistic. We had so many other things on our minds and so many things to do. So there was no space for art, even though, that was just an excuse. I think there's always space for art if you let art take over. And so I'm just so happy to be back in the painting mode right now. And it just helps me to be more joyful. It just is so helpful to kind of lose your mind in the painting. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's beautiful. And Stacia, she's an artist too, and she's also a beautiful painter. And she's like, okay, now I know I can take breaks. It's okay. It's almost like a gestation. I feel like I compare things a lot to pregnancy and giving birth, right? And kind of like you did in your paintings there too. And it's like those breaks in between. It's like something new is just gestating, and people are like, why isn't it happening? Why don't I have the answer? When's it gonna change? And it's like you're pregnant. You're gonna, when it's time to give birth, you give birth. Like, it just is. You're just pregnant right now. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not blocked. You're not anything. You're just pregnant. If I say that to a man, they think that's quite funny, but it's very true. All right.
Yeah, I was
That's
10 years pregnant, I think.
that's okay. That's okay. Okay, beautiful. And everybody, Kelly's been so wonderful as to put your information in the chat so that you can contact her if you wanted to get an aurograph, or can they ask for a painting, a different, like you did with the water paintings too? Do you do like commission painting?
Yes, I can do that too, but it's really, it has to dry and it takes some time, so you have to know that. But
To
yeah,
be patient. Okay,
yeah, you have
beautiful.
to be patient.
Okay, I just want to check. Kim Princess was saying there's a rose with a bunch of colors in it. There, oh, I think it was in one of your paintings with the butterflies, and she saw the rose, and so she was just admiring the colors of the butterflies in your painting there. That's
Mhm.
right. Okay, beautiful. I just want to double check and make sure I haven't missed anything. Does anyone else have any other questions? Lynn gave you a beautiful, she says, Manuela, this guided channeled art is magnificent. Yes, her daughter is an artist too. That's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. It was a gorgeous art show. You're right, Evelyn. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Manuela, what would you recommend to people who want to create more, to combine, their gifts, like you've combined your healing and your mediumship and your creativity, and you kind of put it all together, and your coaching too, like what would you recommend for people who are like, I want to do that? Hold on, you're muted. Hold on. Okay, now
I,
go. Now go.
yeah, I think really what I did is just go with the flow. Whenever I feel inspired, I create, and whenever I don't, I don't. And actually, yeah, I don't know if there's a blessing. Actually, I ended up writing, and I just want to share that as well. So maybe that's helpful too.
Please,
Um,
please do. Yes.
because maybe art is an entity and or a force in our life, and so that's a blessing that we can get from this place of creation and creating in life. And it says, may the beauty of art and song and inspiration touch your soul forevermore, so you can feel and experience the freshness of a new dawn of wonder and fulfillment in your beautiful life. May art guide the way.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like this is the perfect timing, Manuela, because there is quite a lot of fiery energy right now. We're in amplified time right now. This particular month,
Yeah,
Kelly was explaining that to us on a different show. And now we've got this like fiery moon and everything. And so this is something, the timing is perfect because we needed the upliftment. We're in this a little bit of a temporary collective kind of sad dark night of the soul, right now. And so this was like uplift us all, and it reminds us what we can do with that energy versus getting angry about things. We can use that energy and channeled it into creating beauty, which is what you do.
exactly. Yeah. And just let art guide you. Just like it, let it be a guide, like a real guide.
I love that. That's like what, how Michelangelo would say, like, I'm not carving it. I'm just, it's already in there, and I'm
Taking
just,
away what
making it
doesn't
appear.
belong here.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's what you're, I love it. Okay. My beautiful angel, we've shared so much wonderful experiences together. Hi, Arnie. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you here. Come back and catch the replay, Arnie. We just shared all of her amazing artwork if you have a chance, my friend. Um, would you have any other final words you'd like to leave with for us? And I do hope you'll come back, because we just kind of scratched the surface with all of your gifts. But what would you like to leave everybody with here today as we go into a beautiful weekend? Hold on, you're muted. Sorry, we're having a mic issue, so we have to take turns, unfortunately. So sorry about that. Okay, now go.
I think I really want to leave everyone with knowing that there's beauty in what we can create. And so if we create beauty for others, they can see it as well. And so in creating art, we're always in communication with spirit and with the creative realms. So just to honor that, I think, and just to know that we can actually help uplift other people through our art is such a wonderful thing. So why not do it? Why not create art?
I love that. Thank you, Manuela. That was beautiful. You're a woman after my own heart, you know. It's like we forget how much is out there. All we have to do is just look around and change our perspective and our gaze, and it's right there. So thank you so much for sharing that beautiful reminder with everybody here today too. um, I want to thank of all of our beautiful guests for joining us here today, and just a gentle reminder that we have our wonderful mediumship event this coming Sunday, the third annual California Dreaming Power of Eight West Coast mediums doing psychic readings, mediumship readings, angelic readings, animal communication, ribbon readings, numerology. Like we've got it all, and it's all for two wonderful children's charities. 100% of it will be going to that, and so there's a very good chance you'll get a message if you join us. We hope that you will. But it's a safe space to be, just as Embracing Infinity is. This is a safe space to be you and to be a part of the love and the healing, and the wonder of spiritual connection too. So we do hope to see you this coming Sunday. It is at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 Eastern, and 10 p.m. in the UK. Thank you so much. And stay tuned also next Thursday for a new show announcement with Grace Grella, Guided by Grace. Her and Kelly will be going live next Thursday. So thank you for letting me listen to that. Our next guest on Embracing Infinity is also the wonderful medium and artist, spirit artist as well, Miguel Gonzalez, and he will also be our next guest on For the Love of Spirit Sunday Spiritual Service. So you'll get to see him twice next week. That's going to be super exciting. So thank you, Miss Manuela, for being my beautiful guest. We have been gifted and blessed to see all of the beautiful work you've created. I feel quite emotional about it, but I'm holding all in, but my heart is full and beaming and open. So thank you for that. We love you dearly, and we do hope that you'll come back. If you don't mind staying with us after the live ends, so we could chat a little bit, that would be great. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here today. Lots of love, big hugs to you. Have a beautiful week, and remember, use that energy for creativity. Walk with grace, beautiful souls. Live well, love well, and love you well. And we'll see you next time on Embracing Infinity. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.